fly like a kite. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey,
and those are the starting lineups. Lots of interesting matchups tonight. Stick around. We'll be right back with more. Quite a ways down below.
And I think for Minnesota, they haven't needed any time to find their footing this season. The guys gelled right away. The coaching staff has done a terrific job. It's been a dream start to the year for them.
Yeah, and you can tell they enjoy playing together. Excellent chemistry amongst this group, and they've been having fun as they've gotten off to this good start.
And the starting group for the Grizzlies. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. Anderson at the small forward and Jackson at the 4. And it's Adams in at the 5 spot. And for Minnesota, Karl Anthony Towns is out there with McDaniels. Then it's Russell. Then there's Edwards. Kogi in at the 3 spot. Clark, I'm assuming all the coaches in the NBA have put in their new plays by now, or am I wrong? Will they introduce some new things, new actions throughout the season?
Well, I tell you what, you talk about the coaches in the NBA, they all have PhDs in basketball, and they are always tinkering and making adjustments.
Edwards with it. Pass to Towns. Here's Russell. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Boy, I like the way Russell used his body there, finishing through contact, and he'll go to the line for a three-point play opportunity.
The Timberwolves shooting their first free throw of the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
That's been one of the strongest aspects of this team this season. I mean, there have been very few off nights for them at the free throw line.
Now let's send it over to David Aldridge, who was able to talk with Taylor Jenkins.
Thanks, Kevin. He told me that doing a good job defending the perimeter would get everything else going. He said, we can get them off their spots and make them do things they're not used to. We'll have a very good chance. We'll see if they can execute that strategy, Kevin. Back to you.
Thanks, David. Devising a strategy to take away that three-point shot. Here's Brooks, and denied. He sends it right off the glass. Stolen by Brooks. And he slams it one-handed.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. And stolen by Russell. And now Russell pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Got it. And he's now 3 for 5 from the field.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
And stolen by Russell. And here's the fast break. Russell leading the way. And the slam dunk by Russell.
6'9" wingspan of Russell. Reaches, picks it clean, then there he goes off to the races. You know, early in his career, there were questions surrounding D'Angelo Russell's maturity, and understandably so. That's the case with most young players. But of late, in his case, his improvement as a player and his growth as a person is impressive.
Now here's Edwards, following the miss by Ja Morant.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish.
Guys, they're not backing off at all, are they?
Now here's Morant. Back to Brooks. Clock at 6. Now here's Morant. He's tightly guarded. Adams' shot is good. Now Edwards. Passes it to Kogi. Towns with it. Pass to Edwards. Now Russell. Brooks covering. Fires from 18, and it's Russell missing. And beginning his career at the Lakers, coaches wanted Russell to take a more serious approach.
Yeah, you know what? I think his last year there, losing the trust of his teammates, probably woke him up a bit. Sometimes you got to go through the adversity to recognize what you need to change. It's not enough to just put up numbers. You've got to be a professional in how you go about your business, and plenty to like about where D'Angelo Russell is and where he's headed.
And he knocks down the first one.
And the potential of Morant is sky high. A dynamic guard. He plays with a Russell Westbrook type edge and intense on both ends.
Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. Memphis also making some changes. Clark, he's checked in for Jaren Jackson. Culver comes in for Kyle Anderson. And it's DeAnthony Melton in for Brooks. The pass to Vanderbilt. Here's Davis. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Steven Adams picks one up.
And you think about the two best talents in Wolves history, KG, obviously, and probably Big Cat.
I would not disagree. I mean, KG is a Hall of Famer. The Cat, Karl Anthony Towns, has been terrific early in his career. The rebounding and scoring, the versatility at that size between those two guys. Boy, it could have possibly been like the Admiral and Tim Duncan. Well, maybe not quite that good, but really good.
The first one falls. Greg, a new look roster for the Grizzlies. They got a lot more athletic this past summer.
Well, Ja Morant and Brandon Clark, their first-round picks, two of the more explosive players in the draft. The Grizzlies last in the league in pace last season. They may have cause to accelerate that tempo this year.
Williams, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Tyus Jones comes in for Morant, and he makes both free throws. Who do you think is the best center right now, spacing the floor and also embracing the traditional responsibilities of a center?
Well, I tell you, it wasn't until the playoffs of this past season that I got to see Jokic. My goodness, he is a joy to watch. His footwork, his shot making, his skill, and I think his passing is probably the best attribute of his game. But I would put him in that category because he can make the deep three. Embiid is streaky from there. In terms of the balanced approach, I think probably you could throw Karl Anthony Towns in that mix.
Good name. Here's Vanderbilt, and it's blocked.
And great positioning there from Culver. That's what allowed him to get the block.
As we get a break in the action, let's take a peek at the leading defenses. The Timberwolves second.
This is a team that takes pride on the defensive side of the floor. I mean, they play hard and they play together. They are a tough group to score on.
He misses the free throw.
And, you know, even though in today's game floor spacing is all the rage, the last 5 years the Wolves attempted the fewest threes in the league. And when they did shoot them, they didn't make very many of them.
So we can't get either to fall. And on top of their troubles from range, the Wolves have also had trouble on the defensive glass.
Yeah, and if you can't rebound and you're not shooting it well, you've got to figure out who you're going to beat. Your identity is in question. That's what the Wolves are trying to figure out. Who are we? What do we do well? How do we win? How do we succeed? To get to the next level, they've got to answer that question.
Here's Vanderbilt. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Pass to Beverly. Outside, Davis. Lets the three fly. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Kicks it to Jones. 20 seconds left here in the opening quarter. And there's the foul. And it's on Taurean Prince. That's his first foul. Memphis shooting their third free throw attempt of the game.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
You know, the numbers from the line, guys, are close to where they were last year, but just a tad worse. So not too bad.
And that one falls for Clark.
The potential is there. For Clark, it's about expanding the range so that it makes him more versatile offensively.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Culver passes to Williams over Davis. And another miss by Memphis. Beverly looking around over Jones. And that one's good. Beverly
doing a really nice job, Kevin, squaring up from the mid-range, and he'll make it.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. One step at a time, Greg. That's the mindset to have.
Yeah, you can't have too much too early. But with Towns leading the charge, this team is in great hands.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Timberwolves?
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
Taking a look at the Grizzlies. Culver out there with Williams. Then it's Jones. And it's Clark in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here's Jones. And stolen by Prince. Defended by Jones. And that one is hammered home.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Jaren Jackson Jr. is the son of an NBA player. And I'm so old, I covered his dad in college. Growing up, his parents let him find his passion, but the game was always in his genes. Jackson Jr. said, "I've always prided myself on being more than just a basketball player, but I can't deny my laser focus on the sport." Kevin, he's following in his father's footsteps, but looking to create his own legacy.
Terrific mentor, but he's just getting started, David. Thank you. Pass to Vanderbilt. Pass to Beverly. The 3, 5 to shoot. It's rebounded by Memphis. Last time they met was in Memphis.
And in the last face-off against these guys, they enjoyed a huge advantage in free throw percentage.
Yeah, it was really simple. I mean, you look at the numbers, they did a better job of knocking down the free throws.
Now here's Jones. Clark. The Grizzlies with another miss. And here's Beverly. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Fires, high post. They get it again. And Davis throws it down.
There it is, guys. One of those effort plays that makes a big difference in the game.
And GA, it is definitely making a difference so far today.
Well, you know, if you're not going to take care of the defensive glass, it's going to be hard to come away with the win.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. The Grizzlies coaching search took 2 months. They finally settled on Taylor Jenkins, a former assistant coach with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Jenkins, with an economics degree from Penn, fits the young academic profile of this Memphis front office. Worked for the Spurs 6 years as an assistant under Mike Budenholzer, who was the coach of the year in 2019. That pedigree helped him get the job.
Here's Russell, following the basket by John Morant. Russell kicks to Towns. That 3 off the mark.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
We've seen some ugly incidents last few years, Clark, between players and heckling fans. Can anything be done to fix it?
I think security in the arenas is important. Fans oftentimes that go across the line in interacting with players are usually fueled by alcohol. I don't know how you can control that element of it. The incidents are few and far between. We have seen a few more, but I still don't think it's an epidemic. But I think security, and then each team and each franchise should really be educational with its fans about what's acceptable behavior and what won't be tolerated.
Here's Okogie. Jaren Jackson making his last shot. Over in the corner, McDaniels. Oh, good with the triple. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. They've only given up 6 here in this quarter. Morant passes to Adams. Now here's Morant. He's guarded by Russell. Baseline try. There's the pass to Morant. And there's a minute 45 left to play in the first half. Outside Jackson. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Brooks misses.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
Clearly the defense could have been better there, guys, but he also needs to convert that.
Now here's Morant. Here's Anderson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And out of UCLA, forward Kyle Anderson. Some call him slow-mo. Why is that?
Well, I mean, not the most athletic player. It's his size and IQ for the game, though, that makes him so effective.
First free throw is good.
And one thing the Wolves have done well over the past few seasons, taking care of the ball.
Yeah, you know, they squeeze it well. Low turnovers can be a double-edged sword, though. If you don't make many mistakes, maybe you're not being aggressive enough.
So he gets them both. Timberwolves leading by 5. Pass to Okogie. Towns with it. Here's Russell with the 3. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
And, you know, this has become a real weapon for Russell now, and it's because he's worked hard on this shot.
Adams down low. Defended by Towns. Brooks dishes to Anderson. Shot clock at 6. The shot misses. The Timberwolves go the other way with it. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
Bad outing offensively. You break that game down, their issues were pretty clear.
Yeah, the offense was AWOL. It just wasn't there. No rhythm, no flow, just a tough day.
Minnesota shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game. And the first one drops. And good on the second, so he makes them both. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Now here's Morant. He's covered closely. The shot's good.
And for a great shooter, Morant really works for high percentage shots. Loves to take it inside.
Russell left side. Puts it up from 15, and that one released in time, but no good. And the first half is now in the books. Timberwolves lead by 8.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. It's been a clinic out there with D'Angelo Russell.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. The Grizzlies trail by 8. They've got Edwards. McDaniels is out there with Karl Anthony Towns. Then it's Russell. And it's Okogie in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the Timberwolves 5. The feed to Towns. A baseline J, and that one drops for him.
Yeah, you look at Towns, and he's very good in the in-between game. Can knock those shots down consistent.
Now here's Morant. He's guarded by Russell. Shot from 16. Out that one in, and the Timberwolves lead is cut back down to 8 after they get the basket from Morant.
And pro move there. Finds a way to gain some separation against the much taller defender.
You know, your assumption would be that he'd be at a big disadvantage in that matchup, but you'd be assuming wrong.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
And a 2019 All-Star appearance for D'Angelo Russell, the Nets' first representative in half a decade.
Yeah, and it's been his most efficient season yet. Remember now, he only played a year at The Ohio State University, so a young player, but he's really taken his game up a notch, scoring and playmaking at a high rate. That validation of being an All-Star, terrific for Russell's confidence.
It's deflected. To the middle. Here's Okogie. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Okogie's got the lead up to 13 now for the Timberwolves. Now here's Morant. D right on him. And it's Russell with the rebound.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Passes it to Towns. Back to Russell. Towns trying to get open. Russell with the bucket. Russell's got 17.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. And the last 2 years, Karl Anthony Towns getting a rap as a bad defender. Clark, do you think that's fair to say?
You know what, Kevin? I don't think it's as fair as it once was. He's not nearly the defensive liability he used to be. He's better defensively one-on-one, and I think he's improved in his ability to switch and rotate on smaller players.
And the Grizzlies making a change here. Clark, he's checked in for Jaren Jackson. Culver comes in for Anderson. D'Anthony Melton, he's checked in for Dylan Brooks. And Jones subbed in for Morant. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Yet another player from the 2019 draft class who wasn't a top high school recruit. Jarrett Culver, 3-star guy, thin, unrefined. But in that sophomore year of college, boy, did he surprise some folks.
Free throw drop for Culver. And Greg, when you talk about Culver, the one thing he did show in high school and again showed at Texas Tech, the ability to score.
Yeah, and he creates and makes shots against great defenders. Every team in the NBA is looking for that. His jumper, his handle, his ability to move without the ball, already NBA level stuff.
That one misses.
And Culver's game just screams potential. Already a good scorer, rebounder, and passer. Now the next step, improving that outside shot.
Beverly, it's stolen by Jones, and they're on the break. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce.
Boy, he had a nice look at it after drawing the foul. Boy, it would have been nice to get an and one there.
The Grizzlies have made 6 of their 7 attempts at the line in this one. Clark, last couple years, the three-point shot has been absolutely huge, a gigantic weapon for a lot of teams. You live by it, you die by it. Some teams can accept, though, the ramifications of a bad shooting night.
Yeah, I think it's too big a premium not to really overweight the three-point shot. A 50% premium on that particular field goal when it goes down. But I do like to see balance. Attacking the rim, spacing the floor. I love to see guys and teams shoot the mid-range shot as well. But the three-point shot and the way teams use it and shoot it is here to stay for sure.
And Adams sends it back. Now, here's Culver. Tight defense on him. Puts it up from 12. Rebound, Minnesota. Davis has got 4 rebounds in this game. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Vanderbilt the pass to Davis. Now the dish to Towns. That one drops for him. Towns has got 4 points now in the quarter.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Towns with the steal. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Here's Vanderbilt. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. That one good for 2. And the Timberwolves lead by 17.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Jones dishes to Adams. From 10 feet out, it's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got 6 rebounds now in the game. There's a minute 47 left in the third quarter. And out of bounds as Memphis gains possession. Williams is checked in for the Grizzlies. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. Trailing by 17. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. That game is the first and last of their homestand. And Adams now top of the key. Rebound, Minnesota. Vanderbilt's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Minnesota.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
And also the ball hockey, the way they've come up with the steals, the way they've harassed the ball handler all day, forcing mistakes. They've really done a nice job of taking it down.
Morant, he's checked in for Memphis. Prince in the corner, launches it, sinks the triple. Prince has got 5.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Memphis has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Now here's Morant. Edwards defending. They could use a bucket. It's blocked, and they're able to recover. They recover it. And it's Morant missing.
Feels to me like this team is going to need more from him, guys. I mean, if they're to erase this deficit, he's got to step up.
Prince kicks to Beverly. Here's Vanderbilt. No points in the game yet for him. Just 5 to shoot. Ring shot on the way, and it's Beverly missing. A challenging stretch here for Memphis. Williams in the post. Towns on him. Williams can't hit.
And he has lost all confidence out there. Still not a single field goal made in the game.
Love the unselfishness of Beverly. I mean, when he sees his teammate wide open, he quickly gets him the ball.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
And so it's Minnesota riding high with a 23-point lead heading into the break. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. We'll take a quick break and then back to... And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. On the court for Memphis to start the fourth, Anderson and Jackson inside. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. And it's Williams at the small forward. Towns, the pass to Okogie. Back to Towns. 4 on the clock. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. 17-foot shot on the way. Excellent D there from Williams.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often. The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Because he's so shifty and controls the pace, Morant can kill you in that mid-range area.
Here's Okogie. He's guarded by Williams. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
Well, you've got to give a lot of credit to Josh Okogie. I mean, he was the 20th pick in the 2018 draft and really well ahead of the curve as a rookie, and even saw starter minutes later on in the season. That's a great get for them.
Shooting two.
And the first one at the line is good. And meteoric rises not uncommon for Okogie.
Yeah, and Okogie's done a really nice job kind of turning the impression of him around because he wasn't highly touted in college, but I tell you what, he's proven to be an impact player because of how he can defend and shoot.
Grizzlies making a switch here. Clark's checked in. Edwards passes to Russell. Pass to Towns. Towns is doubled. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Anderson. And it's never too early to start looking at our contenders for this year's dunk contest. There's no doubt it'll be a terrific showdown of some of the game's best athletes.
And it seems like each year the bar keeps getting set higher. I mean, more props, crazier concepts to the competition, the level of dunks. I think this is going to be a good one.
And you look at Edwards. And I know he'd like to make a move up in the consideration. He's got all the athleticism you hope for from a dunk contest participant.
He sure does. Lots of competition, though, in the running this year to get that big invite.
And so that's the breakdown as it currently stands. We'll be keeping you all updated with the latest info and, of course, our final list of contestants as we get closer.
Yeah, and if they don't invite me to be a judge, I'm still going.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. ABC's checked in for Kyle Anderson. Dunn comes in for Dylan Brooks. And it's Edwards in for Morant. And Clark, when you look at how the game has changed, if you were entering the league today, how would you reshape your skill set?
Well, the biggest part would be expanding my shooting range. I was a good shooter at the time that I played, but would need to expand it and was just starting to stretch out my shooting to the three-point line. And then also defensively be a little more committed to that end of the floor, really working to get better there. But ball handling, passing, scoring, rebounding, those were things that I did pretty well.
To the right wing. Reed the pass to Benish. There's the triple. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Done outside. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Puts up a three. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. So both teams changing it up here. Morant. Defense right on him. The Grizzlies with another miss. Timberwolves leading by 19 points. Inside. A nice shot by McDaniels.
And with their hot shooting here in the second half, their field goal percentage over 50% now for the game.
Yeah, it's not a surprise then to see them out in front the way they've been efficient offensively in this half and actually throughout the entire game.
Here's Clark, defended by Towns. No good from Clark. And it's Russell with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
He went a decent amount of time before his first turnover there. It's really been a good, safe stretch of basketball from him to this point.
Some changes for Memphis. Adams comes in for Jaren Jackson. And it's Dylan Brooks in for DeAnthony Melton. Here's Morant. And rejection by McDaniel. Here's Clark. Tries again. Oh, here's Edwards. Clark, the NBA gives out so many awards at the end of the season. Is there an award missing that you'd like to see?
You know what? I think they've got the bases covered really well with the number of awards they give out, Kevin. But I would like to perhaps see consideration given to a sophomore campaign award. That would be kind of cool because sometimes the rookie of the year, at least recently, has been a little cloudy.
Moment for our Jordan player of the game, D'Angelo Russell.
And he's been dialed in from the field, Kevin. Good on over 60% of his attempts. They've been working the ball around well, and he's benefited with a lot of open looks. And boy, has he made the most of them.
He's been their pulse tonight, the player who's guided them to the win, and it's a win they needed coming off a loss in their last one. 1:53 left in the fourth quarter of this one. The pass to Reed. Clark, do you think the NBA should consider expanding the use of replay? I know you personally hate to slow the game down, but you also want the calls to be correct.
Well, it depends on the circumstances, Kevin. I like the fact that replay is available and it helps enhance the ability of the officials to get calls correct. Expanding the use of replay, though, has to be done very judiciously. There are a couple of areas, goaltending would be one, where you take a look to see if that's the case. But I think flow of game takes priority over trying to get every single call right just because you think technology gives you a chance to do that.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
You know, that's a trademark of his defense. Quick to react, close down the shooter, and then affect the shot.
Adams, the pass to ABC. Here's Dunn. Second chance shot, and there's the nice layup by Adams.
Well, I love the way he goes after it there. I mean, and you've got to respect that. He's rewarded for his efforts of pursuing the ball.
Pass to Benish. Dunn covering. Passes to Okogie. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Benish. Jacks up a 3. Drops in the tray. And the Timberwolves lead by 20.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
Boy, they've given their fans plenty to cheer about, that's for sure. Effort, skill, coaching, you name it, they've done it.
Moyerman, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. First one falls for him. Good on both. Prince with it. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. With Karl Anthony Towns, you look so calm on the block. What has that focus been like for you?
just being patient, waiting for my shot to come, not really forcing anything, but also being aggressive.
And you do both very well. Thanks, Kat. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports.